This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by the Savage. Or am I talking to Alen or the Savage at the minute?
Just a minute. Is this IFL TV?
No.
I thought you were for Coogan, brother. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Thanks, Alen.
No, I love Boxing Social.
Yeah. Great, thank you very much. Well, we love you. I've been banging the drum about the Savage on all over social media in the last 6 weeks. It's really nice to see you. The last time I saw you was before, I think, your professional debut a long while ago now. You've cut.
A lot have changed. Yeah.
What's changed?
Well, everything's changed. My whole life has changed. But it was instantly. When I won my first fight, I did a Facebook post that said, "From now on, call me the Savage." I didn't even realize it then. That was just an idea, and now I can switch it off. I went on. It's crazy.
We've heard all this week about the Savage Army. What does that mean to you? In such a short space of time as a professional, you've already gathered such a big fan base already. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything. That's why I box. Listen, if fans don't want to see me, I'm never going to box. They called for this fight with Tom Little, and that's why I given it to them. And of course, it just means everything. That's why I box. Because out of that, it's going to come everything else. I understand that, because if the fans don't want to see you, you're not going to fight. You can be, I don't know, it can be Michael Jordan or boxing, but you're not going to fight. So I just work for the fans over time, and I'm going to give them blood in the ring.
Picking it straight back up there, quick battery change. To apologise, Mr. Savage. This week, you've spoken about not feeling like you've. Well, I wonder if you can tell me what you mean by the other day when you said, back home, the media are against me. Everybody is against me. Explain that.
Well, it's not really like that. Listen, I have a vast Savage army, and they are all perfect. It's like 90% is good, but that 10% just bothers me. Just they write shit, they talk shit. My media just transfers everything negative about me. I can't understand it. I'm from Croatia, from a small country. I represent Croatia here. I'm gonna give my heart out. I'm gonna give my blood tomorrow in that ring. And they write wrong. They write all wrong. They say I will only talk about Hurgridge. I talk about everybody. I talk about Dave Ellen. I talk about Tom Little. About every single fighter. I don't fucking care. I just say what is on my mind. If that is so wrong, then prison me. What the fuck should I do? I don't even know how to act anymore. Because I really do it all for the fans. And then some of the fans are like, "What are you doing?" I don't understand. But it's okay. I think everybody goes through it. Like I said, I was just read about Evander Holyfield. So they were on him like for 10 years. You're too small for heavyweight, bro. He was one of the greatest heavyweight of all time. So if they talk like that to Evander Holyfield, well, what should I expect? Just it's the part of the job.
Do you think that's because, I don't want to bring Filip Hrgović's name up, but you've just mentioned him. Do you think it's because Filip Hrgović, is an ex-Olympian? Do you think people kind of favour him over you? Do you think that's where it comes from?
Listen, actually, they favour me, actually. But they go on him even more than they do on me. And that is also what is not good, because the day he got it a lot worse. He goes against it because his persona is not very likable, I'm a likable guy, so you can't say nothing more about me than you imagine, but he had it a lot rougher, and I'm sorry for him also. They shouldn't be say stuff like that about him. They shouldn't. He doesn't even give interviews anymore. I understand him now. I'm going to be the same as him. Everybody's calling me. I give them interviews day before the fight to my Croatia, and now they're writing bollocks. I can't understand it. I'm not going to talk to them.
It's very interesting. It's the first I've really heard of it this week when you mentioned it. So it is interesting to me and confuses me because, as you mentioned, Croatia, not a country known for producing an awful lot of boxers. So you would think that, you would have a massive support back home.
Yeah, it's the best country in the world. I love it. I live it every day, but it's so harsh. It's so harsh. When you succeed, everybody tries to put you down. It is hard, but that's why we are so strong. Because when you survive that, and you get out of that, this is easy. England is easy for me. UK fans are real fans. We don't actually have fans. We just have people who think they're best of everything. I got guys telling me what to do. What the fuck? You're out there on your computer the whole day and you're telling me what to do. I just don't do that. They would never tell it to my face. That's what bothers me. Like Mike Tyson era, you need to come to Mike Tyson and tell him that. You're not going to do that. Now you can just write on the internet, and then it touches me, because I'm an emotional guy, and It sometimes messes with my head, but it's okay. It's part of the job.
You mentioned Mike Tyson there, you mentioned Evander Holyfield. There's a lot of talk at the minute about smaller heavyweights, big heavyweights. There's talk about the WBC Bridgerweight division, which is up to 224. How annoyed are you by people continually asking you about your size?
I'm not annoyed. Like you asked me, I'm not annoyed, but I can't wait to prove them wrong. Listen, Tom Little is far bigger than me. Well, what is he, like 1 stone heavier?
1610.
1610, and I am, 15'3". So that's a lot of weight difference. You're going to see it doesn't mean nothing. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to be the man in charge. You're going to see it tomorrow. Just look at the fight. I don't even know what's going to happen, and I'm telling you that. That's how confident I am. Because the real heavyweights, when I ask you, what's your best heavyweight ever? What did you say? Best heavyweight ever?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. He was 220. He started his professional career with 86 kilos. You know that?
Light heavyweight gold medal in the Olympics.
That is the real heavyweight. Muhammad Ali is a perfect example. He's not bigger than me. He's thinner and a little bit higher, but that's it. And I think people forgot that. Now they all see bigger, better. Or they all gotta be Klitschko's and Joshua's. We can't, brother. We can't be Klitschko's and Joshua's.
What do you make of Tom Little this week? Now, it was all very friendly until you got on the stage yesterday, and then it kind of turned not so friendly quite quickly. Why was that?
Well, listen, I always speak what's on my mind, and I think that's the problem, because a lot of people doesn't like, but where were you when I was nobody? I was still thinking the same thing. So you can't tell me now something, You should be there 10 years ago and, help me with something and then tell me what should I do. I learned this all by myself. I learned English all by myself. I had bad grades in schools. I had F in English once, and so I learned everything by myself. And why should I now start to listen to somebody? You don't know better than me. You didn't go through what I go through, And that's what bothers me, because Tom Little talked shit all week, and I was deluded. I was like, why is he doing that? I've been so good to him. There's a guy who had 3 years, never won a round. He never won a round in 3 years. I never said that. I never said stuff like that. I could have, but I wouldn't. And he talks like that about me. I have 5 knockouts in 10 rounds. So it's crazy. It's ludicrous. And then I just snapped, and I just tell, because listen, one thing about the Savage, I'm never gonna I'm not going to leave it at something. I got to finish the job. I got to say to him everything I needed to say. And I said it all. I don't want to look at him right now. After the fight, if he apologizes to me, I'm going to bring him back to the Savage Army. He's going to be my friend, because I like him. Alen likes him. But if he doesn't do that, then fuck off. I'm not going to talk to him again. That's it.
Well, first of all, your English is very good. It's better than some English fighters who I speak to, so well done with that. What are you expecting from Tom Little that you haven't had in those 10 rounds so far? Anything? Nothing?
Nothing. Well, what can I expect, brother? What? You saw his every fight. What do you expect? He's going to be the same. Listen, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. It's the gold saying in boxing. So he's going to do nothing. He's going to do nothing, brother. If he does something, he's going to be knocked out. If he doesn't do something, he's going to last for maybe 3 rounds like Neil Kennedy. He's that kind of fighter. Neil Kennedy was even stronger than he is. Chandler Winters is a far greater puncher than he is. Tom Little is a pillow puncher. Everybody knows that, So what can he do? Tell me, what can he do? If he starts slugging with me, it's going to be a short night over. If he starts running like he is going to, and putting that jab, I don't know what they call them, he's going to survive a few rounds, and that's it.
Do you want him to survive a few rounds? Do you want him to hang around in there so you can showcase some other parts of your skill set, other parts of your skills?
No, I don't have a need to showcase. I do what I do. I can't. Like I said, I can't tell you I will do it. But that is only the plan. When I go into the ring, there's nothing left. Just me and him. I just see his face. I see a bullseye, and that's it. The Savage kicks on, and I'm not gonna showcase nothing. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill it.
You mentioned Dave Allen. That was a fight that was earmarked for you and discussed for you for a period of time. He's now retired from the sport. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, listen, I wish him all the best. I will say that I was a big fan of Dave Allen, and I still am. I follow his journey. It is from mud to gold, So I really like his story. He's not a very good technical boxer. Someone would say I'm not a good technical boxer. They're putting Dave Allen and me in the same kind of category. So I don't have a problem with that. I think Dave Allen done it all. He's done it all. People don't know how hard it is just to go into the fight. let alone with all the pressure on my back. You know, everybody's waiting for me to lose. Everybody, whole my country, is waiting for me to lose. You know, that's not good, but it is what it is. We gotta deal with that. You know.
It seems to me like you have what we call a siege mentality, us against the world. Is that right?
What do you mean by us?
The savage army against the world.
Well, yeah, I do. I didn't even realize that, but I do. I really do, because I learned that people turn back on you. You know? And Dillian told me also. Dillian is my manager. You know, I learned a lot from Dillian, and he told me, you know, in the boxing there is a lot of sellouts, and I'm starting to see that. You know, people just turning back. And I'm just at the beginning, and I'm all KOs, and even now they're turning back on me and going to other fighters. So listen, what can you expect? You know, you can only build your own fort, you know, and be strong. You know, because if you're not strong, you're not gonna even make it to the fight in this world.
Okay, well, Alen, before I let you go, what message have you got? Tom Little will definitely be watching this interview because I'll show it to him when I go out there. What message have you got for Tom Little ahead of tomorrow night?
Well, listen, Tom Little made the Savage angry, and he wanted to meet the Savage. So Savage is here, you know, and you're gonna see him tomorrow, and I'm gonna prove the world again and again what Savage can do.
Final prediction?
KO for sure. If he does what he said he will, you can show him that. If you do what you say, be a man of your word, and go slug it out with me, old school, it's over in the first round. If he doesn't do that, like I think he's going to run around, he can maybe survive a few rounds.
Okay, well, we look forward to it. The Savage, Alen Babic, real pleasure to speak to you. As I say, I've been a big fan and an admirer of yours throughout this year. Look forward to seeing you in the ring on Saturday night.
Thank you. You did a lot of good videos about me, so thank you. Yeah.
You're very welcome.